Oh, it's all happening, folks. Crystals and flames. Oh my goodness! I love this session. We get to you get to listen to Stevie on the buttons. And what I've brought from the shop
That's
today.
what everyone imagined Stevie sounded like.
Yes.
On the buttons.
I'm pretty sure. Gee whiz. So the Essential Oils Healing Deck I've brought in from the shop, and Keeping Off the Light. Keepers of the Light. Gee, I'm getting this. I know what I'm doing here, folks. Trust me. Oh, Enchanted Map Oracle Cards, a collection by them. What is this? What
By
is this?
them.
What does this mean? The Game of Thrones shop copy.
Keepers of the Light are quite good, actually. They've been around for quite a while.
So what are they, Steve? Because I've got no idea what these things are.
Well, tarot cards are very, very interesting. They have a very long history that goes back. Actually, no one actually knows exactly who invented them and how far they go back.
Or even what country they come from.
Exactly.
No.
They do know that they did have some basic tarot cards back in ancient Egypt because they've found some evidence of that. But they think they go back further to the Sumerian Empire.
Pick a card,
actually.
any
So, yeah. It's like that, isn't it? But quite often these cards can help trigger intuition if you're a psychic reading them,
Right.
or if you're someone that's just studied them, then you'd know what the book says, which tends to be a bit generalised. But they can be very good at helping guide you or helping you become aware of elements of yourself or events that are happening around you. They can be very useful as a tool.
So there's the traditional tarot decks, and then what's happened in these days is we also have oracle cards. And oracle cards is like a modern reinterpretation of a tarot deck,
Yes.
which helps you to make decisions, access your intuition, reflect on situations in your life. The traditional tarot card actually has two parts to it, the major arcana and the minor arcana. The major one are the picture cards, and they have gone on to, and the tarot cards is actually what has gone on to create the modern playing deck that we know now.
That's
No.
right, yeah.
Yeah, so
you can
the-
actually use a normal playing deck to do a reading if you
Yes,
so wanted to.
if you understand, because it has the 4 suits, and the suits represent air, water, earth, and fire. So it represents different parts of your physical and spiritual domain. And the major arcana, the 12, starts with the Fool, which represents the journey. So it could be the journey of life, or it could be a microcosm of the journey of life, which could be a journey of your career or your relationship or of a learning process that you're going through. And it starts off with the Fool who's stepping off a cliff, which is the naivety and the vulnerability that you need to begin any new journey where you are uninformed, but you're also new and learning
Take
things.
the jump,
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Take the leap. So that's, you now know your first tarot card.
and the net will appear.
That's
So
right.
I'm-
So that is the Fool.
I'm very scared of these
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones because they're all
fantastic.
scary cards.
Oh yeah, that'll be
I've just been looking at them. They're very, very good. I'm actually very tempted to get these myself because if you've watched Game of Thrones, you'll recognise some of the places and the people in here. But also, it's very much based upon the Rider-Waite tarot deck, which is seen as the traditional tarot deck.
Yes.
So it's the same sort of iconography on there. So
Okay, so
very impressed with the Game of Thrones.
5 spears. I mean, so now is it like Snap or something like that, where,
No, you
where,
can
you,
do
where, you,
different
where you keep
readings.
folding them over
So, for
and
example,
you go Snap, that's yours.
if you're going to
No,
do
it
a
doesn't
Celtic
work that way.
cross reading, you have each card represents a different thing. So you lay one down, that would be yourself. And then you go, this is the present situation, this is the past that's receding, and this is the long-term future that I'm moving towards. These are my foundations, these are my obstacles, these are my supports. And each of those cards will then be interpreted according to the position that it's in.
And it can come up with finance, relationships, whatever it is that you're
Yeah.
actually interested to know.
We don't need Royce Anderson anymore.
I'm sure Roy's got a deck of these at home.
Now, and learning the tarot can be quite complex, but it's really not that hard once you pay attention to it. But if you do find it too complex, they are these oracle cards, and they often are much more self-explanatory. So this one says protecting treasure, for example.
Protecting treasure.
There's a Roy
So-
card.
So it's the bank.
Yes, look after your money, call Roy.
Right.
Protect your treasure. Or symbolically, if you've got something that's valuable to you,
Yes.
look after it.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
wide open. You might say to an oracle card, "What is my advice for today?" And it would say, blah blah blah, randomly, making a choice. That doesn't really help me. If I have to make a choice, I want to know what choice I need to make.
The text machine's going ballistic because
I must
people are right
admit-
into it, so it's good.
I must admit, I prefer these Game of Thrones tarot cards to the Game of Thrones whiskey bottles I saw at a friend's place. the
See,
other
I
day.
prefer the whiskey bottles
I
for
know,
sure.
you would, but these are more useful.
I'm
The
not
whiskey
really
bottles once
Game-
you're empty.
Game
Oh,
of
hang on
Thrones.
now. I'm happy to debate that. So these aren't. So none of these ones that we've got here are traditional cards.
I think the Game
Game
of Thrones
is
is
the
probably the
closest to
closest, yeah.
Oh wow.
So what you can see here is 3 of the picture cards: the
Yep.
the Hermit, the Queen of Swords. There's a King and Queen of each,
Yep.
and then the Empress. So they're the major arcana. The Queen of Swords isn't. That's the 4 suits as you would have in a
Excellent.
playing deck. Yeah.
And all of these are available at Crystals and Flames down in Chelsea. Just pop in and see Nat. She will give you a discount if you want them. And we just found out a little bit earlier that it's John Farnham's birthday today, 71. Good on you, Johnny
Ooh,
Farnham.
John.
And
Birthday, Johnny.
he's got a nice little birthday song that he did a long time ago on his Anthology 3 album. Coming your way, RPPFM.